Hello everyone, welcome back. So in the last video we covered how and why purposefully low-calorie diets don't work for long-term permanent weight loss. It's a biological fact that purposefully low-calorie diets lower metabolic rate, increase appetite, and hormonally prime our bodies to accumulate more fat as soon as any extra calories are available. Another way to say this is that being in a significant caloric deficit leads to long-term weight gain. It's also a biological fact that in order to lose weight, specifically talking about body fat, our bodies have to burn more calories than we consume. Another way to say that is that to lose body fat permanently, we must be in a caloric deficit. These statements appear to create a pretty disappointing little conundrum, no? Two seemingly contradictory biological facts seem to suggest that we are doomed to be the same weight or heavier for the rest of our lives. And certainly there are theories that suggest this, such as set point theory. But to the best of my knowledge and in my experience, it is possible to feel completely satisfied, be completely nourished, and never purposefully restrict calories while still losing weight. In order to do this, I invite you to live within a brilliant and beautiful biological paradox. We must eat enough calories to keep our metabolic rate high and our brains feeling satisfied. And at the same time, we have to strive to create a small but easy to maintain consistent caloric deficit. We facilitate easy, permanent weight loss via several approaches. The first approach is by naturally and safely increasing metabolic rate. This is a multi-branched process in and of itself, and we will be covering many ways to do this throughout upcoming videos. For the purpose of this video, the primary way we are supporting metabolic rate is by eating enough calories to sustain us. We will never purposefully limit food intake in order to restrict calories. The second approach to facilitating easy, permanent weight loss is by letting the body regulate the appetite by allowing our natural appetite regulating mechanisms to actually function. Our natural appetite regulating mechanisms can only function if we eat real food that our bodies are equipped to accurately register, digest, assimilate, and eliminate. We do this by avoiding chemically engineered, hyperpalatable junk foods that are created with the singular purpose of making us eat more than we need while leaving us deprived of actual sustaining nutrition. We're going to talk more about why hyperpalatable processed junk foods make weight management way more difficult than it needs to be in later videos. For now, if you're interested, I would highly recommend picking up the books Salt, Sugar, Fat, and The Pleasure Trap. There are links to these down below, but these are great resources to pick up from your library. The third approach to facilitating easy, permanent weight loss is by reducing caloric density while maximizing nutrient density and volume of the foods that we consume. This is the primary subject that we will be covering for the rest of this video. So, this is a multi-step statement. First, we reduce caloric density, and we do that by focusing on increasing the intake of low-calorie foods in favor of high-calorie foods. Since I'm already avoiding hyperpalatable processed foods because they override my natural appetite regulating mechanisms, that eliminates a huge source of highly concentrated calories. The other sources of highly concentrated calories in the standard Western diet are animal products. After extensive research, I am 100% confident that eliminating animal products from my diet is not only safe for my health, it's also an effective way to reduce my overall caloric intake. and is also significantly protective against many of our society's major causes of death and disability, like heart disease, stroke, cancer, and neurodegenerative diseases. Eliminating animal products is a win-win, and it's fairly easy to do nowadays. I haven't had any animal products in 11 and a half years, and I literally feel better than ever. If someone chooses not to eliminate animal products, significantly reducing intake, limiting portion sizes, and being really aware of which animal products contain the most calories is the best way to go in terms of weight loss. Personally, I'm just like 100% done with limiting my portion sizes, and I prefer to go whole hog, so to speak, with whole plant foods. One final source of concentrated calories are fat-rich whole plant foods like avocados, coconuts, and other nuts and seeds. Since these are also amazing sources of essential micronutrients, I make sure that I do include a few servings of these foods in my diet every single day. And I'm also aware of how quickly these foods rack up calories. So please note, I do not count my calories. I do not restrict my food intake. I am merely casually aware of which foods are higher in calories, and I prioritize filling my stomach with lower calorie sources of nutrition. Okay, so we have reduced caloric density. Second step is to maximize nutrient density. And we do this by focusing on maximizing micronutrient intake. Those are your vitamins, minerals, polyphenols, flavonoids, etc. Since the body is full of nutrient receptors and the central nervous system is constantly keeping track of nutrient levels, a really important part of regulating appetite is making sure that we eat enough essential micronutrients. I could leave you with just that info and then you could go and figure out which foods are highest. But spoiler alert, it's vegetables, specifically non-starchy vegetables. So non-starchy vegetables have been the base, the foundation, the starting point for most of my meals for years. The more I learned to focus on maximizing my intake of non-starchy vegetables, the easier it was for my body to lose unneeded weight. In addition to non-starchy vegetables, I add plenty of filling, micronutrient-rich legumes, starchy vegetables like potatoes and sweet potatoes, lots of whole grains, and fruits. With a diet based on these whole plant foods, it is difficult to not fulfill my daily micronutrient requirements, and I feel very satisfied in the process. The third step is to maximize the volume of our foods by focusing on eating foods that are rich in water and bulky fiber. Again, spoiler alert, these are the exact same foods that I listed just a moment ago: vegetables, legumes, whole grains, and fruits. The water content and fiber content of these foods causes the stomach to expand like it's meant to. I mean, seriously, stomachs do not exist to be anything but filled at meal times. The stomach and upper portions of the small intestine contain numerous stretch receptors, and those stretch receptors report on fullness to your brain. When these stretch receptors are stimulated, it triggers feelings of satiation, satisfaction, and comfort. And how often have you gotten to feel that on a traditional 1,200 calorie a day diet? Yeah, never. Because whole plant foods work with the body's natural appetite regulating mechanisms, it actually becomes possible to trust your appetite. My gosh, can you imagine? It becomes possible to eat when you're hungry and keep eating until you feel full. There is no limitation or denial of appetite. Because these foods are so high in micronutrients and fiber, whole plant foods are limiting. This means that if you just put a little bit of mindfulness into purposefully designing your meals, it is virtually impossible to eat a calorie overload when you're eating whole plant foods. Because of the voluminous bulk of these foods, the human digestive system physically can't fit too much in. And trust me, I have tried. I have been trying every single day for the last 11 years to fit too much in, and I can't. And I'm not working with a small volume digestive system. I am working on decade of binge eating disorder level of gastric stretch. It's no joke. Your girl loves to eat, and she's not stopping. But I do want to be clear, this is not necessarily a fast way to lose weight. I mean, for some people, it totally is. They switch to whole plant food diets and the pounds just like literally fall off. They are committed and they are fortunate, and I am happy for them. I was not one of those people. And if you have been putting yourself on traditional calorie restricted diets for as long as I was, you may not be one of those people either. So, like I said, this is not a crash diet with the goal of sudden or severe weight loss. This is a forever diet with the goal of long-term well-being, satisfaction, health, and ease. This is a diet which is part of a lifestyle that will help the body shed excess weight permanently, like forever, while improving overall health. As in, we will be able to stop thinking about our weight. We will be able to stop obsessing about food. We will be able to just eat and feel excited about eating 2, 3, 5 times a day for the rest of our precious lives, while slowly but surely moving towards the healthiest, most stable versions of ourselves, which is a pretty great goal in my humble opinion. All right, you guys, so on that note, I am going to take my own advice and go design a beautiful plateful of delicious fuel, essential micronutrients, and plenty of fiber. I'll see you guys soon. I see it. I'm gonna eat it off the ground. That's how I got my B12. Oh my god, you guys, cherries are my jam. I mean, they're like nature's jam. I have some matcha tea. It's, I usually don't drink tea with my meals because tea can block mineral absorption, but, you know, I was like talking all morning and I didn't get to drink my tea, so I'm just gonna freaking go for it because that's life. And then I have a beautiful big old bowl of bananas, papaya, cherries, blueberries, some cacao nibs, sunflower seeds, and since I'm just like incapable of eating cherries and blueberries without getting it on my beautiful light colored shirts, I had to change. This is going to be a fabulous micronutrient and fiber rich, very filling, very nourishing, very satisfying breakfast. I'll see you guys for lunch. Here is my gorgeous lunch. Lots of micronutrients, tons of fiber, all whole plants. Oh my god. And the dogs aren't even here to clean it up. I have to clean this up all by myself. Oh. Something will eat it. So this is going to be my beautiful, sustaining, nutrient-dense, fiber-full lunch. And then I'm gonna head home, have dinner. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna stop right now and we're gonna cut to dinner.
Cool, but also kind of intimidating.
Okay, how am I gonna do this? Guacamole and salsa tortillas, and then these gorgeous collared Ritos. So, I mean, you saw me assemble them, you know what's inside. And because these are based on non-starchy vegetables, along with starchy whole grains, legumes, and other veggies, they are pretty low calorie, but super duper filling, full of micronutrients and fiber, just like we were talking about today. And as you can see, I definitely don't shy away from including higher fat plant foods in my diet, like avocados and such. But this is definitely more of an avocado heavy night than I would usually do, just for perspective. We'll go back to lunchtime now. Go back, I'm good. I'm gonna stuff my face. Wasn't that good? All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. It feels so good to be back. I cannot wait to make more videos and share more with you. And as always, until next time, make better choices for yourself. No one will do it for you, and take really, really, really good care. I will see you guys soon. Bye.
Is that my dinner? Is it finished now?
No, that's
Is my dinner
that's my dinner.
Oops, day.
Yeah.
And that looks a lot like my dinner.
I feel like you did that on
Hi,
purpose.
Popeye.
Okay. You're gonna make everybody sick.
It's my chihuahua. It's my baby.
Like heart disease, cancer, stroke, and neurodegenerative shit. I'm gonna use these to wrap Christmas presents this year. Dream influencer gig promoting libraries. Just putting it out there in the universe. I will do it if you want me to. I mean, I'm already doing it. I'm just not being paid for it. I do love money, but it's not everything. Libraries are worth it.